So how do I know if it is recording? Ah, yes, it is. There's a red dot. There is a red dot. Okay, just waiting for Danida, right? And how come I cannot see Sister Kema? I do not know that she is in our...
Because I think the BMV Brickfields, I think.
I think I put under B.
You are BMV Breakfields, ah?
Yes, B.
Oh, you are BMV. I nearly removed you because I don't know. But yet I can hear you. Okay, so okay. Okay, so Danida is in already. Do we still wait for Sumana?
Don't know whether she's joining. Hold on.
Okay, I am recording. Okay, good. When is our break time, so that I can set it up first? Set an alarm because I can forget. What time is break time, dear?
Up to you, Sister Jo. You can. Okay, Sister Sumana mentioned she's not joining the class.
Okay, I shall start then. Ah, Sister Kema renamed herself already. Thank you, Sister Kema. Okay. Now it's 2:30. Okay lah, 3:45 lah. I put alarm di. Okay, come we start now. You know, I was going through all the lessons. Okay, I'm going to group them so that I'm trying to link a few titles into, say, like Marxism is economics, right? Materialism, economics. So economics leads to also, is also linked to poverty, okay? And also linked to prosperity and happiness, all right? And then only I will go to the opposite, which is the idealist, because Karl Marx is in contrast with the idealist. Okay, so I will go by the grouping. Then idealist, from idealist there, we have to look into Schopenhauer, who is also a realist after that. After idealist, then I go to Schopenhauer. When after Schopenhauer, I will go into humanism, human rights. All right, so I'll sort of link them. I go by group, so you can see an overall. And when you know an overall, when you answer, you can answer from, let's say, materialism and Buddhism. Then you can answer from Karl Marx's point of view. If you're talking about poverty, you can talk about Karl Marx. Then you can talk about our Buddhist, the Buddha Danta Sutta, what. So you just have to answer from what they ask you. Do you get me? So it may be a jumping back and forth a little bit here and there. I hope this way is better rather than I go idealism, you know, there's no overall. That's how I feel. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to my screen. This is disturbing. Okay. All right. You can see my screen. Dialectical materialism.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So dialectical, the meaning is it is relating to the logical discussion of ideas and opinions. Means it's a discussion based on, let's say, your opinion, Danida's opinion, or Sister Kema's opinions. Okay, so there are different point of views that we are going to discuss. But here it is, we are going to discuss about is materialism. So dialectical ingenuity concerned with or acting through opposing forces. So it's like a debate. A dialectical opposition between artistic translation and transcription. Okay, so the following is based on a discussion on different forms of materialism, focusing on similarity or differences mainly between Buddhism and Marxism. Okay, when we do this discussion, we will talk on Buddhism when we talk on a point based on Marxism, okay? So whatever Marx did, then what did the Buddha do at that time, during his time? But then the way I have formatted the notes is everything is on Karl Marx first, then the Buddha is at the bottom. But for me, I think it's clearer so that, you know, the mind will not lose it when you write for your exam is, let's say you want to talk one point on Karl Marx, then you got to talk about the Buddha straight away. So you can see what did he do, then what did the Buddha do, then go to the next topic about alienation. What did the Karl Marx do? What did the Buddha do? That's how you answer. Even the person who marks it, right, can see it clearly. But if I were to put the Buddha's notes immediately after that, right, I feel you may not get the Karl Marx idea because, you know, too much info. Okay, before we start, do you all know anything about Karl Marx?
Studied about him before a long time ago, but now not sure. He's a what? Philosopher or something? Is he a philosopher?
Yes, he is. But he has a focus, right? Focus on economics. So, are you employed, Sister Nalin?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Danida, are you there?
Yes.
Are you employed?
Technically no, still studying ma.
Okay, so studying lah. Okay, so now you learn a bit lah. Okay, so Sister Nalin is employed now. You are employed by the company, right? So what do you get from the company in exchange for your time, your effort? I call it as your labor lah. What do you get out of it?
Salary, benefits.
Benefits. Okay, good. Benefits like what? Help you how?
Medical benefits. Then like EPF, Employees Provident Fund.
So let's say from an entrepreneur's point of view, I mean from the entrepreneur's side, right? I have to pay you a salary. And then I also have to pay you for medical, right? Medical, I have to pay you EPF also, right? Like what you mentioned. So last time, imagine you only have your salary, but you do not have medical benefit, no EPF, no other benefit. Let's say you work by the hour, 1 hour, maybe 8 ringgit 1 hour. Okay, so now you don't have those benefits. How are you going to manage?
If your salary is a lot, then you can manage. But if your salary is just enough, then it's going to be hard for you because then you have to spend separately for your medical, for all your other things. So you have to pocket it out on your own. So it's going to be a bit taxing.
So now you only have 8 ringgit an hour. 8 ringgit. So how many hours do you need to work in order to sustain your life, your basic needs?
You have to work longer hours lah.
Yeah.
Very, very long. Because if like the usual one is about 8-9 hours.
That's right.
I think good salary. But if your amount is less by hourly basis, then I think you have to work a bit more.
Say 12 hours?
Yeah.
Do you think it can stretch up to 15 hours?
I don't think so because it really takes it drains you off.
Correct. So now let's see. How did we the economics evolution? How did it evolve? You know, imagine now you don't have, right? You don't have all this extra. You have to work extra hard, right? You're stripped off from your family time, stripped off from your rest time. How are you? What is your mind condition? How is your health condition? You think?
Deteriorate,
right? And then imagine not just you are deteriorating, but Danida also, Sister Kema, also the whole class, not just the whole class, the whole Bapu people all suffering. What do you think these people will do? will you fight for more pay?
Yeah, of course, of course.
You will voice out, right? And then if
Dissatisfaction and
That's
you
right.
protest, or you probably couldn't take it, then you probably leave and find a better place where they give you more salary and more benefits.
oh no, I'm the employer now, I'm the entrepreneur now, I got to save cost because the competition is high and I have to sell the goods very cheap. I don't have extra for you. What you gonna do?
Then
all the entrepreneurs are fighting, you know, they're taking care of the, you know, trying to sustain the business. Then how?
then we have like a union, we have a group of people to fight for our rights.
So you are the labor union, right? So you're going to start a revolution to go against it, right? And then let's say you win already, all right? And then that's how the government or the administrative, maybe the ruler, or, you know, the head who takes care of, I mean, who is the in between of the entrepreneurs and the labor, the workers. They say, okay, I hear you now. So now I'm going to fix the price on, let's say, the price of sugar, the price of rice, okay? No more war between the entrepreneurs, okay? Everyone, the entrepreneurs is able to cover their costs. And on top of that, there is the surplus value, the extra profit, okay? That is taxable by the government, okay? And also this surplus value, I'm going to give benefit to my first people, my first liners who are my labor, the people who are working with me, my employees. I'm going to give them a medical benefit. I'm going to give them traveling expenses. I'm going to give them bonuses so they are kept happy and then they can produce better. So we all flourish, right? So now what you're getting as a benefit, it came a long way. You didn't just get it. It became like a labor rights. It became part of human rights, right? So to elevate, one form is to elevate poverty. What here means is everyone has worked together. Everyone has worked together and spread the profit, you know, spread the surplus value, spread. So everyone is kept happy. And then the entire society is peaceful or not now? Yes, right? Okay. So something like this. What Karl Marx did was he fought. He wrote articles and got them published and brainwashed the people. And but everything didn't really pick up because by the time he passed away, 80 something, I think, he passed away already. Other revolutionists picked up his work. Other Marxists picked up his work, and then, you know, when the original person already passed away, the original text you get adulterated, ma. Your ideas will come in, that idea will come in, ma. And then it moved towards, some are very lopsided, like communism by the Lenin, by Mao Zedong. Yeah, they didn't just try to distribute the wealth equally, but they use the wrong means, you know, where some people got hurt, right? Some people died because they had to put fear. They used fear to conquer the people. Marx didn't go until there because he's a philosopher, okay? He's a philosopher who became an economist because what he wrote was focusing on the evolution of society in the economics world. Oh wait, let me just put on this 2 minutes. I have to put on the electric. Okay, good. Power, that's Good. Okay, let's come back here. Okay, so you roughly know what has happened lah, huh? What Karl Marx do. You already have a general idea. Okay, I'm not going to go on to the info, but we start from the Industrial Revolution. Okay, you can read up about it. Started roughly in the 18th century in Europe. So all these title, Industrial Revolution lah, capitalist lah, economies lah, these terms are coined by the Westerners. But all these things has been happening. But we had, you know, as they go along, as things evolve, right, we need to put a name to address what is happening. For example, if you're sick, oh, I'm like this, I'm like that, then the doctor give you a name so that you can focus, right, and deal with it. So all these terms started roughly this 18, 19, 20th century, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't there earlier. After, when you have gone through this, right, you know, during the Buddha's time also God, you know, things evolve, but it's happening in the modern times. So, what happens is this Industrial Revolution, it emphasizes on machinery production, and with machine, you can produce more. So there was a huge shift. Many entrepreneurs became rich. So these entrepreneurs are known as the capitalists. Do you think it's a good idea to use machine to produce goods, people? How does it aid the human being, and how does it not help the human being in general? What happened to the nature? Say we going to focus on textile, on clothing.
This is the good part or the bad part now?
Both. So now, how did the machine help us?
Can help is actually to multiply lah. I mean, if you depend on humans, then it's just a certain amount, but machines will multiply your production in a way.
Okay. So in order to produce a lot, you need your resources, right? Now we are going to make a t-shirt. We are going to make cotton t-shirt. Okay, what are your resources?
The worm lah, the cotton worm.
Okay, cotton worm lah. You need the cotton seed lah. Plant the cotton lah.
Yeah.
The cotton lah, right? Okay. Then with the raw material, we put into the machine, create into the yarn. From the yarn, we go and weave it, become a cloth. From the cloth, we can cut. So. Also need machine and the human, right? Okay. Say now, I am one company. I create 10,000 t-shirts. Oh, I make a lot of money because I'm the first one. And then Danida come in with another company. Oh, our friend making a lot of money, you know. I have the money. Okay, I will produce another machine better than his. Oh, I'm going to do it. Then his people can work more efficiently. Why so? It's because he has more people to work with. But the wage is lesser, maybe 1 hour instead 8 ringgit is 7 ringgit. But I got give you a bit benefit. I give you food. Oh, no, not bad. Okay, so Danida also come out. Also mass production. What about the cotton? How now? The cotton, what happened? You need more resources, right?
Yeah, so you have to plant more lah. You have to make more cotton. So you need to have more cotton.
Yeah, and then Sister Kema also came out with another company, and then use the soil there again. Use again, and then turn the dyeing and everything. Then the pollution start lah. You know.
Bota already lah. The land all gone already.
You use everything for cotton, but the land. Where's the food?
Yeah.
How to plant the papaya and the banana, right? So, and then, okay, my company come out with 10,000. Danida company come out with 20,000 t-shirts. Sister Kema come out with 50,000 t-shirts. But there's only 500 people. How now? How now? What are you going to do? Danida, your company now have 20,000 t-shirts, but only got 500 people buying. How now, Danida?
Loss, right?
Huh?
The loss, right?
Loss.
Yeah, because if you make 20,000 and only 500 people buying, then yeah, you just wasted a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then
So
no one is going to buy.
yeah, that's right. So meaning I'm exaggerating that the supply is like don't know how many times higher than the demand. Is it happening now?
Yeah.
Supply higher than demand. Yep. Yep.
Yes. And then because the amount money to spend is a lot lesser, right? But the goods is a lot. What happened to the goods then?
Wasted lah, unless they do something about it lah. Send to some home or some give for cheaper, give discount, have sale, Lazada.
Sale, Lazada. So when you do sale, what happened to the price?
Off lah. And then you rugi already.
Rugi already. But my machine still need to run. I still need to pay rent. I've got the people working. What am I going to do to the people who are working?
Retrenched lah.
Apa itu?
Retrenched.
Okay, retain some, but you still need the goods. I mean, you still need the thing to continue, right?
Yes.
So how to pay the labor now? What do you do to the people working?
I use my money first to pay them.
You use your own money to pay them first.
Yeah.
How long can you do that?
I don't know.
Huh?
As long as I can. Then after that, cannot really. Must borrow money lah. Or I shut down the whole company.
That's right. So no matter what I'm trying to point here is that the capitalists cannot continue competing with each other this way. Okay, they need to be better. They need to come up with better products so they can become more competitive instead of big mass pile of what do you call this production just to make it cheap, right? So they need specialists. Now my design need to be better. I get Sister Nalin, the best designer. Okay, then she come up with only 1,000 only, but she sell a little higher, and then put into Lazada. No one even need sale, and then can sell all the 1,000. But being the entrepreneurship, being the capitalist, I did not share the surplus value, the extra profit that I made with to the people that I'm hiring. Let's say just earlier on when I'm the first company, it's 8 ringgit an hour. But after that, I have to fight. And then I give you all 7 ringgit an hour. But then I cannot tahan already. I borrow money already, but then I cannot tahan. I have no choice. I explain to the people, I no choice now, no choice. I got to give you only 5 ringgit only an hour. So instead of working from 12 hours, you work lah. You just need time to sleep only, right? How many hours you need? You need 6 hours. Okay lah, you work 18 hours lah. Since you got so many children, you just need to pay rent, right? And then just give lah maybe one piece of bread a day lah for your children. Your children can work Okay, come work. They don't need to study, no nothing. You come work. Wow, multiply. Wow, you have 3 children. 3 children, each one 5 ringgit. You come lah. Instead of one person making the money, it became 4 people making the money. Isn't that good? I am an entrepreneur. I'm given an opportunity to survive. Is that good or not? But the children is less than 12 years old. Is that good or not?
That's forced labor, isn't it? If they are less than 12 years old, forced labor is not, it goes against.
Yeah. But now you're hungry now. You're trying to survive, okay? You and your husband and your 3 children all live in one room. The room, the toilet so there like the Hong Kong style. How now? But you have to survive as human being.
And work lah, no choice. Work lah.
Work lah. And then some people say, oh, since the children can make money, why don't I make more babies? Okay, this child already 10 years old, I sell to this company. That child already 9 years old, can work already, I sell to another company. It went to that stage. It went to that stage. And what was the thing who drove these entrepreneurs to keep moving the economy? What? Even I sell the best design with no sale. I got the surplus value. I mean, the surplus benefit, the profit, right? I didn't give to you. I maintain you at 5 ringgit an hour. Because you got your children are still young, not very good their work. I give 3 ringgit an hour. So my profit continue to grow. I just pay Nalin maybe a little bit more. Her design so good. I just give her a little bit more only. What drove the entrepreneurs, these capitalists, to continue the way they were doing?
It's greed, I think, because he was just
Wonderful.
making them to go and get things without thinking about the people. They just want to reach what they just out of their greed. They will just want to reach wherever they want to reach, basically.
That's right. So coming back to the Buddha's teaching, this has got to deal with the root cause. The root cause is greed, ill will, and delusion, right? So this part is mainly greed, but the greed has to be driven by the delusion. The delusion here is the bigger the houses, the finer the clothes, the more money you have, equals to happiness. So the Buddha, what did he do with the delusion? How did he teach us about the delusion? Anyone?
Not sure.
We come to it afterwards, okay? All right. Okay. So I've already explained already. You see, the rich became richer and the poor became poorer. So there was an inequality in distribution of wealth. If you're hungry, Kutta Danta Sutta says, if you're hungry, what would you do? If the people are hungry, what would you do for food? You just
Hunt.
want. Okay, you hunt, but you're in the city.
Oh,
Steal.
Huh?
Steal.
Steal. Yes, you steal. Because hunger is a form of disease. Food is a basic need. And then when you steal, from stealing without hurting the person, oh, I can eat it, right? I can just get it, From stealing, and then the people are so scared of you, oh, I don't want to fight you. But then some people want to fight you. What happened? What do you do? They fight you in order to protect yourself, but you came to steal. In order to protect yourself, what do you do? In the process, what happened when you're fighting?
you might get injured, might get killed.
Yes, either I kill you or you kill me, right?
Mm.
Imagine what hunger can drive, poverty, how poverty can drive a person, can change a person's mind, especially when you're hungry. What happens to you? When you're hungry, what is the feeling? What's the emotion that can come up when you're hungry, especially when you're low in sugar?
Burning.
Burning, you get headache. Another one?
Blackout.
Okay, blackout. Some more, another emotion that can happen when you're hungry.
Sad, angry.
Huh?
Sad or angry.
I cannot really hear you, Danida.
Sad or angry.
Ah, sad or angry. Really become sad, man. Low sugar. You know, hungry is equivalent to angry. So people angry. When you're angry, another term for it is temporary insanity. You cannot think straight already. You just want the food. You just need food. Correct? So this was happening during the Industrial Revolution time. Does it mean that we want to cut off the capitalists? Does it mean that? Does it mean we cut off the labor? No, right? No, as I mentioned earlier, when there's a apa itu a law to govern the capitalists, a law to govern the workers, and then we try to distribute the wealth equally. See, then everybody will be more at peace. Because we human are natural materialists. We need it, right? What are the basic needs that we need? What are basic needs? As lay people, what are the basic needs?
Shelter, food, clothing.
Shelter, food, clothing, yeah. And some more? If you're sick, what do you need?
Medicine.
Medicine, right? Isn't it the same as like our bhikkhus and bhikkhunis? Right? That's what we need. But no, because my neighbor just got another car and it's so nice. I also want to upgrade lah. So this greed can never be satisfied because it's always material equals to happiness.
Necessity. Oh, okay.
You know, so it keeps on going. It becomes a vicious cycle. Everyone working for what? Why are you born in the first place? This is where the delusion. Why are you born in the first place? What are you here for? Why is your life dictated by material? You are deluded. You believe that you really need the Mercedes, where the Proton can just send you. You just need a vehicle to travel. The basic need for a vehicle is to travel from one place to another. But no. I need the Mercedes. You see, vicious cycle. This is a delusion. Got it? So when you wake up and you see the realistic thing that you need, that's when you lessen your delusion. Okay. Okay, I already done this. So anyway, talking about labor rights, right? Do you think the labor in Malaysia are protected? Labor consisting of what? Labor consisting of local and also consisting foreigners. Do you think they are governed by labor rights?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, for local lah.
Yeah. Foreign also, isn't it? Because like cases where there is any accidents that happen, especially like in construction sites where it involves foreign workers, then if they're killed or injured, the company actually pays compensation
So
for the
they're
family,
protected
right?
by insurance, right? But do you think all companies does it? Let's look at Top Glove.
Not all, yeah.
So all this must the law and the to execute the law, we need a very good government, right? We need government bodies or administrative bodies to come and check, right? So for example, some of these people are still living in very tight conditions, right? Like Top Glove came out because they got cluster.
Yeah.
Remember the COVID cluster and how they were staying, and then the smell and all. What do you think? What happens to the mind of these people if every time you have no space, you are stuck? Or the people living in Hong Kong, why is it so expensive? What drove it? What drove it? Right? The greed of the capitalists, the government cannot take care of everybody. As government, maybe they can suggest that, okay, since I only have one body, I've got two person only to handle 10,000 people. Now your company is rich, right? I also need help, okay? Okay, now I lower your tax, but how I'm going to lower your tax is your profit of maybe 20% need to go and build flat, low cost flat so people can live better. Is that a good idea? So you need someone to govern, right? So Karl Marx said, look here. We need to give back the surplus value that belongs to the people who work for that company. Okay, so now the surplus value here, the surplus value is, how am I going to put it? I'm going to introduce the revolution that is called communism. Yes, I'm going to set this new revolution. So his work was to wake the people up. His work, what he did was he woke the people up, especially the poor ones, because a lot of people mass, then you can create a revolution And he has already pointed out that communism there is no way you can stop communism. It is a natural way that you will be a communist. So that's why, like China, Russia, I think German, somewhere else became the part of the communists at that time. France didn't, England didn't.
Malaysia also got communism before.
Malaysia also? But the way how communism is done, right, is already totally like sort of wrong already. So it already ran away from what Karl Marx did. So do you think Karl Marx is a very good person? He wants equality in distribution of wealth and stop exploitation of human rights. Do you think he's a good person?
Yeah, he is, but I think where the communism here depicted it in a wrong way, right? It makes it look very bad, right? If you're totally different ideology altogether from what Karl Marx has actually
That's right. That is right. So what did the Buddha do to help the Sudras at that time? What did he do? How did he try to demolish the caste system? What did he do?
Give them equal rights. They have equal rights. There is no segregation between high and low caste. Everybody is the same. Everybody enjoys the same benefit.
How? How you and I are the same? How did you come out into this world?
From my mother.
What sutta is that? Okay, never mind. I've already got the sutta down there, okay? Later you see, okay? So we are equal, right? So now are you coming out from your delusion that we human are all equal? We come out from our mother's womb, right? And then we have a father to give the semen, and then the gandaba, poof, you come out a human.
Yeah.
Correct? So you are not high class, I'm not low class. You're human. What do you do as human? Honestly, you sleep, wake up, eat, shit, clean, and go back to sleep. The same cycle, right? So, but I'm going to add you a delusion. No. The way I sleep is my mattress is 20 inches thick. Oh, no. The food that I eat every day is bird's nest and the best fish. Oh, the clothes that I wear. What do I wear? Oh, must be Prada. What is the difference? Why did the people make the difference? Why?
To show their level by status, who can afford and who can't.
That's right. So it is the ego that created the difference, right? Okay. So when you okay, never mind. It's difficult. I just continue to introduce us. Okay, I've already done rest and will. What the consequences face? Okay, how will administration? Okay, an idea. Later you can see this video to understand what socialism, capitalism, and communism. Okay, because here did state that actually Karl Marx was a socialist. Okay, because he's helping the mass of the people, because he himself very poor also, you know. From Germany, he went to France, and then he wrote some articles. He had to leave because he had to leave France and cannot live in France. He had to live in England, and then England that time is so poor, you know, everybody is working. So he and his wife and the children all had to live very tight. So he come from suffering and he represented the people. So he is a part of a socialist. From socialism came out communism. Okay, so there are different types of communism, and you can see it here in this video, a short video on your own. You got to see it so you can understand. Okay. Okay, general overview by Karl Marx. I already say he planned to overthrow the capitalists and replace with some form of communist. That's why I say this communist, when he started, was in a form of socialist, not in a form of communism where, you know, say the Mao Zedong or the Lenin. Oh, the partner external say is for the people, right? By the people. But actually, behind, who are his people? Who are his people and by who? By he and his concho, right? For him and his concho. I can always wear back the same gray suit, no problem lah. How much money, how much wealth I have, I don't show you lah. Like this. So that was also, even the Mao Zedong or the Lenin, they had that root inside them. Their greed is bigger than the capitalists. Communism became like blown out of proportion because they had to use a force to use a fear for people to obey. Same, right? As like what happened to the Brahmins? What did they do? They use fear, and some form of fear is also they use religion. They use, like, you know, making all the caste system and this and that. Yeah, I've written down there further down in the notes. Okay, simple definition of communism. A system in which goods are owned in common. So you have a house, I have a house. You have two windows, I also have two windows. You have one bathroom, I also have one bathroom. And are available to all as needed. A theory advocating elimination of private property. So all this property, right, are all standard lah. All standard. You don't own it, but you have a place to stay. Okay. The owners are who? The community. The people are the owners. Doesn't this sound good? And then capitalize a doctrine based on revolutionary Marxian socialism and Marxism-Leninism that was the official ideology of the USSR. There's another definition. The revolution, Marxism, socialism. So that after when Marx passed away, right, other Marxists came and elaborate on his work. All right. So this one, you can see the difference in the video just now I mentioned. Okay, according to Marx, the value of a product is based on the labor used to manufacture it. Marx pointed out that workers' wages fell far short of the price of the products they made. This was because the capitalists made a profit on what they sold. Marx called the profit surplus value and thought that it exploited the workers. Marx said that capitalists had alienated the worker, from the results of his labor, forcing him to become enslaved by the machine. This exploitation, argued Marx, would soon bring about a new class struggle, conflict between the rich and the poor, known as a conflict theory, that would end up with the violent overthrow of the bourgeoisie by the proletariat. So I don't know whether I pronounce this right now, but bourgeoisie, they are the rich one, and the proletariat are the working class. So for the bourgeoisie, let's say now Sister Kema's family is very rich one. So now she got 2 daughters. So now the 2 daughters want to marry, right? Oh, do you think she will allow her daughter to marry my son? I'm a laborer. I work on it. And then Nalin also. All the children all work on it. But Danida's children, what's the man? Danida don't just own 1 factory, he owns 10 factories. Sister Kema will choose which family for the children to go and marry?
Daninda's children.
Yes. Why so? Because it's a protection of wealth. They monopolize the wealth growing after growing. So what happened to the children lah? I don't love this. Let's say I'm Sister Kema's daughter. No, Sister Asumana say, apalah, I don't even know this guy. I don't know him, but I just marry only lah. And then I just produce children lah. What happened to these people, the mental health of these people, right? So do you think they are happy?
No, they're forced into doing it.
Yeah, forced into doing what? Protecting their wealth.
Yeah, unless the chances are they like each other lah, that's a different thing lah. But otherwise, it's hellhole lah for them.
Hellhole lah. See, so there was no freedom of choice even for them. Why so? They pay the price to maintain their lifestyle, to maintain their wealth. Is it happening right now? It's also happening. What happened? What about during the Buddha's time? Did it happen?
Yes, because the royalties also, they marry one other. This king marries another side to make it stronger. What? Yeah.
Yes, for army ma, right? Let's come together, right? Yeah, survival of the fittest ma. Let us join together instead of separate ma, correct? So the masses and the great wealth is like a, wow, very powerful already. That's why he said, no matter what, Karl Marx said, no matter what, the natural path is towards communism. That is equal wealth distribution. Okay, so he don't want this class. He want to remove class system. Isn't that good? Did the Buddha do that? Yes. So you want to read about the video on Marxism, a short one. Oh, should we watch this one? Is this the one? Yes, I think so. Yes, this is quite interesting. I have to change my video. I have to change my screen.
This video.
Reda, you are sharing new share. This one. Share.
Is about some of the basic ideas of Marxist economics.
Reda, can you all see the video?
Can.
Ken, you're seeing my video. Sorry, I'm not very good at this yet. How do I know you are seeing my video? Okay, you are here. Yeah. Okay.
But volume only, it's a bit, can't hear the
Huh?
word. Volume is low.
Volume is low. It's very loud for me. Your side there cannot see the name.
The volume should be, no, when you share the screen, there's a button there to click. Just now I
There's a
also had the same thing. Yeah. The earlier class also, I had the same problem then, but then what I did was there's a place there to click when when you're sharing, right? When you're sharing the screen, the bottom, there's a place where you can click on
yeah,
on the sound.
on the sound. You mean the volume?
Yeah, there's a volume place, whether you want to hear it with the sound or not.
Annotate, remote control, stop video.
Yeah, when you're sharing it, when you're sharing screen. Now you
Uh-huh.
unshare first, and then when you're sharing it again, there's a place there where you can click on to make the thing come with the sound.
Really?
That's what I did just now. And then they could hear me.
I have two. I don't know what's up with this desktop one. I have two here. Okay. Okay, I share this one. There's a sound. Can you hear now?
No, no sound. No
Wait,
sound.
annotations normal. Here I put very loud already. Oh.
There, it's not there. It's when you're sharing the screen, when you're sharing this video on screen, when you're sharing screen for this video,
Yes.
before you go onto sharing the screen, there's a button at the bottom where it says you want to share with sound. So you
I
just click
want to
on that.
share with sound. I want to share with sound.
So you unshare this first, and then when you're sharing again, you can see the thing. I think just now you probably missed it.
Share sound, darling. Wonderful. Okay, share. Oh no. Share. He asked me to share sound. How can you hear or not?
No,
Also no.
no, very vague. But you click on the
Understand.
shared sound, right?
Wait. Audio. Can you hear anything now? I can't hear anything. Wait, I'm loading now. Sorry, I don't know how to share this video. I'll get better at this. Oh, I can't even hear anything now. Can you hear?
No, cannot. It's
Right?
just that, yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, then we shall not watch this video. How are you going to watch this video? Okay. So never mind, we cancel.
Try to unshare it again and then share back again and then see how.
Unshare. I already did that.
Did
I already did that. And then here got sound one. You are
Oh,
sharing sound from your computer. I have,
thanks.
yeah, but then you can't see it.
Oh, I see.
You can't see it. Okay, never mind. Now I also lost my what already.
Come on, then we carry
Yeah,
on.
you carry on. So let me see what you're seeing now. Okay, okay, you're back here. Okay. Okay. So you can see my notes now again, yeah? So it tells you whatever we have got, sort of discussed in this video, you can see what happened, what Karl Marx did and this and that. It's just an overview, all right? Then, so Karl Marx, he did a theory on the evolution of economics. Okay, he called it did he call it historical materialism? Yes, I think so. I think this term is by him, okay? So historical materialism means it's an evolution of economics, evolution on materialism. So last time, when he first started was on primitive communism. What is primitive communism? How did the last time people, how did they survive? The people in the forest say, how did they survive? Danida, how did they survive, Danida?
Eh,
Now you live in the forest. Or let's say you're orang asli now, orang asli.
you hunt for your food,
Okay, you hunt for your food.
and then you use like plants for clothing, I think.
That's right.
What else?
And
You
then
you build shelter with from the tree bark and stuff like that.
that's right. So can human live like this or not?
I mean, technically can lah.
Yeah, but is it is it a good standard of life of living?
No lah.
Why not? You're self-sufficient already, ma. You got your basic, ma.
I mean, now we got all this. We got proper house. We got also. For us, I think to go back to going and live in jungle is quite hard. But for them, I feel like since they don't know how we living, maybe for them it's like good enough lah. Maybe.
So their what do you call this? The knowledge on technology, the knowledge of making life easier. For
Yeah.
example, last time, let's say, no electricity, right? No electricity. Okay, so they can, let's say if they need to do some work, any work lah. Okay, if let's say they need to read some materials, what time can they do that? Do all these things? What time?
Sunlight
No
lah.
electricity.
We got sunlight lah.
They just use the sunlight naturally, right? So after no more sunlight already, what do? You go to rest lah.
Yeah.
How
Right.
they going to study? How they going to read? They never go to school. What?
I'm not sure.
That's
Maybe they want to read the, then what about the Brahmin? What they read?
So, but the Brahmin.
But the Brahmins got no tax. What? They just by word of mouth only. What? They had
Oh,
no
yeah.
tax. What? It's verbal
By
only. Verbal
only by
what.
memory, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Brahmi script and all?
Brahmi script.
Mm.
Maybe the time. I don't know. That means they must have school. But
Yeah,
it-
because they didn't, they after that slowly they had some writing on the rocks and whatnot.
maybe they are taught like that. On the rock.
But mainly is by listening and memorize, ma, right? But later slowly people say, "Ayo, this person passed away already. How lah?" Right? Then started writing and recording, ma. Okay, so in some ways, primitive way of living is not to say no good, but actually I think it's quite the ultimate lah for human being. But you cannot advance, right? Your mind, you need to cultivate the mind, ma. Correct? So if let's say ngam, this primitive, that time the people stay there, ngam, I got Buddha there, then I'm very lucky lah. Correct? Because I don't need anything else. I got the basic needs to sustain the form, right? And then I've got Buddha to teach me, right? But one Buddha ni, but then all his teaching, all we didn't record, then how lah? So we all human have advanced, right? Now, until now, I have computer, I can share with you in different places. Last time cannot. So very, what do you call this? There's a lot of restriction. And also like Danida said, I do not know any better. But some of them who say that, oh no, this life it is better in some other way. So people, evolve and become more materialistic. They slowly forgot. They forgot about cultivating the mind. Say, okay. But last time the people, they remember the hunters, not the Sudras. They were not called the Sudras before that. Before the people came and invade them, way back, what were they?
Dashush. They are the Dashush, right?
That's right, the Dashus. They have the, what do you call it? They do meditation one. They have basic needs, and then after that, to let the body survive, they also have meditation and whatnot. They also practice that. So the Dashus actually, if you come to think about it, aren't they clever? They are clever, right? because they go and pick fruits and what ma, they don't hunt ma, they don't really hunt. But when the upper caste they came in, the Brahmin came in, then the thing changed ma, because they have better technology. They come with their horses and whatnot. Okay, because they are nomads, they travel. So different life cultures, when they integrate, there is change. All right, then after that, this one you have to refer back to the Aganya Sutta for the Buddha one. You know how we live. And then we gathered the rice. Then we share the rice. Yeah. But there already, last time already, the greed was already there. Greed never changed, right? It's how big only the greed. We had the rice, we share. We pick the rice when we need to eat, but it wasn't good enough, right? Then things started to change. Then we have the what do you call it? The Mata, isn't it? The Maha Mata, isn't it? They elected a handsome person. Why must be
Maha
handsome?
Samata.
Maha Samata. They elect one person to, to take care. So you take care of your land, but that doesn't mean you're a land owner. You were just given a land, right? So that everyone take care of the land. So it was like, oh, quite good lah. No private owner, but just someone taking care of that land. But because you take care of that land so much, you attach to it and it became your land. Okay, and then it has evolved. The Mahasamata became the rulers. Because at first he was supposed to be paid, he was elected to be paid. But our friend, a clever Mahasamata, come up and say that, oh, my work is a lot, man. I have a lot of, I have to take care of a lot of all these unscrupulous bandits who come and steal your rice. I have to now set up an army. Me, one person, I can't do it. I have to set up an army. So you got to pay me more. Then people also say, okay lah, we follow only lah. We follow, we give the money, the tax to the rulers. That's why you got like kingship lah and all this. The rulers became, slowly it evolved, the rulers became the landowners. Why so? Because they become rich. You cannot give me your crop, right? I have to take the land lah. And what happened to the people? Suppress the people, increase the tax. They didn't have to worry about where food come from, but the people who work for the crops, they have to work very hard. So now here, later, when industrial came in, when iron, remember iron, the iron age, when it came in, during the Buddha's time, I think, right? Iron came in, and then after that, there were rich merchants. Who were the rich merchants already that time? Got rich traders. Who were them? One of them was the Anathapindika?
Yeah, Anathapindika.
And then the Ambalika, is it? Something like that. So that time, even during the Buddha's time, also got rich people already. Then the rich, what happened? The rich people did. When the kings have not enough money, the traders became the one that loaned the money to the king. And then when the king cannot pay, what happened? He give the land lah. Then who become the new rulers? The capitalists. So that what happened was, this capitalism was highlighted during the 18th century already, highlight already. When Karl Marx blow it up, it was already in the 19th century. So now, during the industrial era, the capitalist provides the technology, machinery to increase the forces of production. The wage system was introduced in exchange to the labor produced. With low wages given to the people, the capitalists gain high profits known as surplus value. According to Karl Marx, these profits should be shared with the wage earners because the goods were produced by them. Without the forces of production, the machinery is deemed useless and there will be no goods produced. Do you agree with this? If I'm an entrepreneur, I also can tell you, without my machine, you think you got work? Karl Marx is smart enough. He did not reject. He did not reject the capitalists. He did not reject. He understood that we need the capitalists and we also need the labor. But what he didn't get it is, and he could not accept, he reject, was human exploitation. He started, that was his noble, what do you call this, a noble work. Yeah. So is there a similarity to the Buddha here? Karl Marx is not all that bad, isn't it? Yeah. But his thinking cannot match the Buddha. His thinking cannot match. Why so? Later you see. And when there was a great competition among capitalists in order to provide goods, the working hours, okay, the supply, okay, got it. Some capitalists had to stop production, leading to no opportunity for forces of production that leads to increased poverty. So some capitalists also bongkus lah. Okay. So Karl Marx understand the relation of production. Relation of production meaning you have the people, the investors to come out with the machine, and then you also have the forces of labor. So it's a relation of production. I mean, it's an example. So there is, I need you, you need me. In the society, is interdependent, all right? You play this role, I play this role. Just like the Buddha in one of the sutta. I forgot the sutta name already, I do it. Your status, you can change one, employer, employee can change one, right? If you own a trishaw, right, you can get another worker to come and cycle the trishaw. You can rent the trishaw to the person. The person can go and work. And let's say, what you call this trishaw can make you profit. You buy another trishaw. Then, oh, there's more work for the people, right? To cycle, to send people here and there. So it was promoting to the economy. So it is good. So it's a win-win situation. But I have the trishaw. I'm going to rent it to you at a very high price. That's when the problem starts. Okay, because the amount of work done in a day is amount of work done from a human being can only be so much. There's only 24 hours. Human need to go through their basic thing. What is the basic thing? Sleep, eat, shit, clean, sleep again. But when this becomes imbalanced, right? Then that's where the problem will come. Okay. Okay, so he understands the relation of production. Okay, where wealth is distributed equally. From focusing on different forms, groups of society through the evolution of rise and fall, he emphasized on social ills that prevents the development of human productive power. In addition, based on his research on contemporary capitalist society. So he highlighted a lot on the capitalists, which is driven by remorseless, immoral attitude in pursuing high surplus value. He has pointed out one of the main causes of social ill is human exploitation. So this is where his intention was. So in order to uplift social economics, he has challenged it politically to bring reform to the struggling proletariats by introducing communism, which would naturally happen through historical processes. So this one, he called it the evolution of rise and fall. So historical materialism is understood in this way by Karl Marx. Okay, but what did the Buddha taught us in Anganya Sutta? What did the Buddha taught us in Anganya Sutta? Naturally happen through historical processes.
In which sense is
Eco-social economics. What was the main reason for Aganya Sutta, you think? Why did the Buddha point out that, oh, this is how it has evolved? What was he trying to tell us? From my point of view is, he was trying to tell us that everyone has a role to play to sustain the individual and another, to sustain the structure of a society. So Buddha was a socialist as well, right? But he transcends more than a socialist, of course. So Anganya Sutta is trying to tell you that all this evolution is because of change of needs, you know, change of human needs. Due to when someone is stealing, you need a Mahasamata. If no one is stealing, because if there's no greed, right, then I don't need a Mahasamata. He was trying to go back to the root cause. Okay, afterwards, so you understand roughly what Karl Marx is doing, right? Then we're going to go under the theory. Okay, we are going to go theory, or it's something got to do with what we have sort of said, but we just refocus on the title, how he has put it. All right, come back in say 10 minutes or 5 minutes. How much you need?
Depend on you, sister. You choose the time.
But are you okay lah, 5 minutes lah, my dear.
5 minutes, okay.
Okay,
Alright.
man. See you in 5. I hope I'm able to find my recording in my laptop afterwards. I don't know where it's being recorded. Okay, so now what is alienation? It's a very nice word. The basic idea, alienation. Alienation is some form of
Yeah, Sister Jo.
caste system. Huh?
I can't hear you. Like it's quite soft. I don't know whether Daninda is having the same. Mali, are you having the same?
Okay.
Okay, mine like it's quite soft. Your voice, Sister Jo.
Is it?
I don't
Are
know.
you using this thing the same one? You check your volume and see.
Yeah, I checked my volume. My volume is 98%.
Oh, so I don't share sound.
Don't know why. Oh, you shared the sound just now. Oh, maybe is it because there?
Now can hear.
Now okay.
Oh, so when I share sound,
Minimize,
it won't come from my this sound.
Now it's okay. Now okay.
Oh,
Now
luckily
okay,
you
okay.
check. Okay, let me remove this YouTube first. Come back to my so alienation is actually another word for this class. This class means DISCLASS. The opposite of caste system. Okay, similarity to this alienation is this class, means no class. All right. So what happened is this. Alienation is the caste system. That's what it's stating. So the opposite of it is disalienation, means discaste. Discaste here is DISCASTE, yeah, not the discuss. Okay. So what is this? What is he talking about? So alienation, which consists of dysfunctional separation. Dysfunctional separation means you have the bourgeois, and then the bourgeoisie, and then you have the proletariat. Okay, it's a dysfunctional separation. You know lah, where we talk about what happens, you know, the exploitation. That is to divide the people into groups. Okay, so mainly dictated by rulers, capitalists, financiers, or whoever got money lah. So long you got money means, oh, you are considered the ruling class or the powerful class. Okay, so it has greatly evolved during the capitalist era, but unfortunately, okay, that is alienation. So he tried to bring in another idea. He did mention human emancipation. Human emancipation means is human liberation, but he did not exactly say what it meant. What are the definition of this human emancipation? What the other philosophies gather is non-alienation. Non-alienation is also known as equal nation. So what Karl Marx did here was he pointed out the alienation, and he also pointed out the solution to the alienation is by human emancipation. So human emancipation here, to him, I believe, is called liberation. All right. Why liberation? How? So now here he says he did not reject the idea of alienation, separation, isolation, which is chosen freely by an individual. So it's by choice. When you can choose, that is called liberation. That is also known as a form of human emancipation because you have a choice, ma. But when you are in a system as a labor, do you have a choice? You don't have, because you are in the system and you are forced by the system. Who creates the system?
The capitalist, is it?
That's right. When the capitalists form the system, there comes the caste. There comes the alienation. See, you think are we in the system? Do you think right now here at this moment, at this modern time, are we in the system?
Yes, isn't it? We are still
Yes,
working
in
for someone.
somehow. But you think all you and I are educated already. Do you think they dare to put the name, some name for the rich people and some title for us? Do you think they dare to put don't dare? But is it actually happening? Yes, indeed. Indeed. Let us go through. For example, now, when everyone gets sick, right? So how do you protect yourself? You get insurance, right? Right? If anything happens, you have your insurance. Who owns the insurance company? Haha, some rich poor people, right? And these rich people, let's say, I give you a name. Nestle owns the company. Indirectly owns AIA. Say la Konona, but actually there are some companies like this. They know you're going to be sick because let's say Nestle gives you what food? Processed food, right? Long-term consuming processed food, does it hasten your need or increase the need for insurance, you think?
Yes.
Yes. So what happened? You eat processed food and then you buy insurance. Who are you enriching?
Those people are Nestle.
Nestle and AIA, they are capitalists, right? So in some ways, you are in the system. But how are you going to move away from the system? You're going to learn about the health. You eat healthier. You start planting your own food. You become a naturalist. You live with good air. And then, I'm not saying that you will not have sickness, but maybe lesser. Then you naturally die. Okay? Instead of you die because of a lifestyle disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, because sugar. See? So we are in a system, but we can minimize the effect of the system, like just what I said, turn into a more a naturalist. By studying the Dharma is a form of cultivating being a freer person in the mind, and it's healthier for the mental and healthy for the body as well. So that's how we can minimize in the system, but we can't get out of it. Did you sign up for the COVID? Or you didn't sign up, Danita?
No, didn't sign.
Huh?
You go sign up.
You got sign up?
Yeah.
I also sign up, even though I disagree with the vaccine.
Yeah, that's the reason, because I disagree with it. That's why I didn't sign.
But if you need to travel,
I rather bear with it and not travel for the next 2-3 years. At least give it a space first for the vaccine to actually.
Okay,
See
after
the-
2-3 years already, you want to travel, what happened?
If I have an option to still not take it, I won't. But if I need to go and travel, there is a must for it. I've got no choice, then maybe I will. But the chances are very minimal. I
But the
will try
system
not.
already say you want to travel, you
Mm.
need it. But
Yeah,
now
but-
the system says like that, okay? Later the system is going to say another thing.
Yeah. So
If you want to go to your workplace, you're not vaccinated, what happened?
You can't go lah, because now even they say even the My Sajatra apparently eventually they're going to do this, that if you want to go to any shops, right? If you,
Yeah.
in the My Sajatra should have that vaccination thing that
Yeah,
you have taken it. If
Yeah.
you don't take that, then when you go to any shops, they don't allow you in lah. I
Yeah.
mean that's what they say it's in the pipeline, but still don't know because a lot of there is a lot of glitches here in the vaccination, so still.
all right, all
nothing
these
is-
are didi dada. So are you living in the system?
Yeah, I'm just going with the flow lah.
So it's a proof they did it. The government didn't say, oh no, you have a choice.
Yeah.
Liberation. The
Looks like we have
freedom
no.
of choice.
Looks like at the moment we don't have a choice lah, but
Correct.
the thing from getting the injection.
Correct. So I don't understand the system. Okay, I don't really understand the system. But I know I am, I know somehow I'm trapped by the system. Okay, and then if let's say I'm a very smart capitalist, I can even, for example, I give you a conspiracy theory. I am a very powerful capitalist, not just in my country, but the entire world economy. Okay. Oh, the Chinese doctor say, oh, got this new virus come out. Oh, the Chinese doctor say, okay, I'll take this opportunity. I will use the media to blow up this virus, this so-called virus. Then it was named as COVID-19 by the Chinese because me, the rich capitalist, tell the scientists, look here, there is something here. Please do up a report on this, and then you share it with the media, and then you influence the masses. We are going to, what in my mind as a capitalist is, I am going to restructure the economy. Let's say I am the powerful, one of my business is I am the king of oil and gas. So I'm going to shake the system. I'm going to shake the economy so that the people will learn to beg when they are poor. How? I blow up this thing and tell you it's a COVID. But actually, so many people already, every year already, maybe they have COVID, but they didn't call it COVID lah. Okay, they just have some flu lah. Imagine the Chinese doctor didn't inform the world. But it already happened before. It seems that in America already had this, but this one go name something. Okay, COVID. So now,
Yeah, it's similar to the SARS, right? It's something to do like the SARS before, right? They
Yeah,
all say
so
there's a similar.
I'm just giving you a conspiracy lah. I'm no scientist or what lah. Okay, I want to shake the system, the economy system. I want to change the oil price so that there is a low and a high. So there's a forced sell and I can buy cheaper. I don't have to use my name. I just got Danida. You are what company? Oh, oil and gas company. Petronas. You own Petronas. Look here, Petronas. Buy this one. I give you the money. You make the money, but you buy at this price. Do you get what I'm saying? So it may be a conspiracy thing that, the system, that is how the system manipulates the masses. You think, I mean, even what do you call this? Biden or Trump, they're elected, right? Huh? Don't talk about our politics. Okay, they're elected. Who funds the campaign? If I am the petroleum, oil and gas king, right? I'm the greatest capitalist, right? I want Biden. Give lah some money, Biden. Do lah the fund. Hey, Biden, I'm your good friend now, leh. So how? Hey, I need my oil and gas to move lah. I don't want the Tesla car. The Tesla car don't use the oil and what lah. Sabotage that one. Continue with oil and gas. Tax on Tesla car is high. Everything. So I still want oil and gas to what? I will give you money to form a new technology for oil and gas car. Instead of use 100% oil, only now use 50% oil. How about that? You see how we are conditioned and manipulated by the system. Okay, yeah. So but then Karl Marx, he said, what I'm trying to say here is we think we have the freedom of choice. We think based on the vaccine, we think we have a freedom of choice. But sorry, he didn't say no. He will make you say no. I mean, he will make you say yes. Do you get me? So now here, the freedom to make the choice is an act of liberation. By speculation based on the above, Karl Marx believes that the true freedom is found in our relationships with other people. Relation product. It is found in human community and not in isolation. He doesn't believe in isolation, but he doesn't reject. He doesn't reject because some people in one of the writing, some people will isolate from bullies, and a form of isolation to keep themselves safe as a survival mode. So in this sense, he doesn't reject. He just state out what we need to emphasize only. All right. Then next, Karl Marx suggested political emancipation. What did he introduce? He introduced communism, or also known as equalism, or also known as liberalism. So can be a form to achieve liberalism, which is insufficient for human emancipation because it consists of issues that are forms of barriers. I didn't dig into this, okay? If you don't want to write this also, never mind. We can just keep it. Human emancipation is non-alienation, means to remove the class system. Okay, so there are forms of alienation such as alienated labor. It is organized in a way that frustrates the human need for free, conscious, and creative work. For example, now, Danida, what are you studying?
Computer science.
Huh?
Computer science.
Computer science, right?
Yeah.
So your expertise in computer science. So you specialize in computer science. But now I tell you, you got no choice to work as a computer science person. You have to go behind the sewing machine and sew the t-shirt. How now?
Learn lah.
Oh, you learn, you follow only. You don't fight, you don't what, you just go and sit in the sewing machine and sew for 15 hours a day, and you only earn 20 ringgit.
So without no experience, how are you going to solve the thing?
I force you, I teach you, I don't care. So was there a freedom of choice? No
No.
lah. So you're forced to become a proletariat no matter what, die. But what happened in the Buddha's time, that time? Sudra is called what? The meaning of Sudra is what? He put a definition, the person who works. It was a job description.
Yes.
So you have to put in this the difference between the Buddhism. How did the Buddha introduce, explain what the caste system is? He explained that it's because of the description of the activity, and not being blown up by the Brahmins to what? To suppress the poor. So a little knowledge brings you power. Okay. Another one is the need for human beings to assert their communal essence. Okay, this is kind of deep. I don't really understand what it really means, but I have given you here. This theory is a bit difficult to digest, but it's worth it if you have the time. So, productive activity is the central factor, essential and natural to being a human being. where self-realization here can be also linked or known as human emancipation. So the self-realization is understood here as a development and deployment of our essential human capacities. Means if Danida is a computer science person, he studied that and it is his expertise, then he shall be given the choice to excel. That is a form of self-realization, a form of human emancipation, which is directly linked to liberation. So, self-realization is important for human growth, especially in a conducive social form work environment that is creative and fulfilling. This is in contrast to the contemporary economic arrangements done by the capitalists, which transform beings into deformed, dehumanized beings. So we have gone through, if you work 15 hours and not enough food, you're going to turn to become maybe a bandit, and then after you start killing or what, and it continues like the Kutta Danta's Sutta state. So he pointed out the theory of alienation and the theory of self-realization, all based on what? All based on material need. All based on what? All based on work, on human the essence of human being is to be productive. He's only like that only. He's very materialistic, Do you understand? So there is some limitation. So now come the religion and work. So what did the Karl Marx did? So he wrote a critique. What's the definition for critic? He wrote he sort of debated on what Hegel, he's an idealist, all right, where he thinks that we are merely thoughts, we are merely manifestation of our thoughts. Idealists are like this, right? But what did Karl Marx say? He said that he claims that religion is the opium of the people. What is an opium?
Drugs, isn't it?
Yeah, and then what does opium do to the person when he take opium? What he do? What?
They become high, cannot think properly.
Okay.
Hallucinate.
Okay. So they are suppressed by the opium, right? First, in China, that time before the opium, they what you call this? They were hardworking, right? Then give the opium already. Oh, cannot really work, right? Then what happened? Then the king said, I forgot if it's a king. I think it's a king. I don't know. I forgot the ruler is who already. Stop the opium. After when they stopped the opium, they didn't let the economy to continue. What did England do to China? They forced what? They forced to give up. China forced to give up apa itu? Hong Kong. So Hong Kong was under the what do you call it, governed by British
Oh, is it? So because of the opium, that's the reason why they have to let go.
Because you stop my money, man. You better pay me back.
Oh.
Something like that. You can search for it. So what the opium does is here is why it's called the opium of the people, because it make you high, make you stupid, make you deluded, make you clouded. Okay. It is harmful and acts as an illusory painkiller. So for example, I got no food. God, you are my savior. You are my savior. But still the bread didn't appear. So how is it God is a savior in this sense? Right? So in this sense, he said, materially, the bread didn't come. So because it pacifies the people, it's exactly what the Brahmin did. The Brahmin used religion, this God, that God, that God, that God, and suppress the people. The same thing. Look at this. My goodness. pacifies the people who believes in blind faith, especially when one is suffering. Hence, is a form of alienation known as religious alienation, because they use the religion to force you to continue to be the labor. Brahmin use religion, force the people to become the slaves. No matter what, die, you die as a slave. No matter what, you die, you die as a labor or a worker. So to be clear, he does not reject religion practice as it naturally coexists with political emancipation in the evolution human society. Do you know what he said? Okay, to read up more on the religion, you go into Marxism in a Buddhist perspective. There is states on what Karl Marx talk about religion. Okay, it's in the folder. Yeah. He did mention Karl Marx. Actually, he is not an, how to say, he's not an atheist actually. He's kind of confused, I feel. You know why? Our friend go and criticize the existence of God. Okay? Criticize existence of God and go and criticize Hegel's work on idealism. But at the end, he also quoted, so far the best religion is what? Christianity, par excellence. So there is some conflict. So for him, he doesn't really get it, what it is. But for the Buddha said there's no creator God, Anganya Sutta. Everything is just about human evolution. Got it? So you can use the Buddha state this, but the Karl Marx state that even though he criticized religion, but he did not reject it. So his understanding on this idealism is a kind of loose. Is because there is no introduction. There's no, let's say I'm living in England, and at that time, Karl Marx at time, but Buddhism wasn't really introduced in that part of the world. So he had no knowledge. Let's be fair to him. He has no knowledge on Asian religion, like let's say India got the Hinduism. They wrote about Hinduism, but they may have gotten the Buddhism wrong because they thought that Buddhism is Hinduism. So the benefit of that is Karl Marx didn't have the knowledge. If he would have had the knowledge, he may have been he may have understood the actual human realization, the human emancipation, what it means. Okay. Okay. And religion practice as is necessary to coexist with political emancipation. How did the communism have religion? I don't know. I don't really know the communism that Karl Marx introduced, because he didn't reject religion, but the communism in China, they reject religion. Am I right? Yeah, so I'm not sure on this, because communism, I didn't really go into it. I just roughly learned from what Karl Marx trying to tell us what communism is. Actually, the communism he meant was socialism. Okay, alienation and capitalism. Karl Marx states the evolution of society on the bourgeoisie, the capitalism replacing feudalism as a form of human liberation. Here, he did not reject capitalism, and combined with technological growth is a progress to the human society. So there's a fall of feudalism and a rise of the capitalism. The fall and the rise, a change, the relations, production is a form of human liberation. He did not reject capitalism, must be clear. is a progress to the human society. He adds that industry and technology are understood as part of the solution to and not the source of social problems. It is a solution. Capitalism is a solution for the rise, for the human evolution to become smarter, to become more productive. And it is not the source of the problem. So are you blur now? Not yet blur. You understood that part. Okay, he understood the relation of production. Okay, now come to the theory of history. So in this thesis of how I don't know how you pronounce this, Feuerbach or something like that, he rejects all hitherto existing, means all existing previously until the present. What did he reject? The relationship between materialism and idealism. This is what he rejected. The way he explained his idealism is from the point of view of what? Materialism. How so? How so? Okay. Karl Marx and Engels. Engels is his friend in France, another philosopher, okay? They reintroduced materialism as it is understood as physical reality of the world, which is in contrast to idealism. Means they are debating in contrast with Hegel, okay? So Karl Marx reformulated the understanding of materialism by explaining the transformation of human beings, the evolution of human beings, that is through actual works, actual activity, and not through imposing concepts and thoughts only. So he stated that, what is a good, okay, for example, law of attraction. Do you all know law of attraction? Law of attraction, what does it ask you to do? Law of attraction. Danida,
Yes.
what is law of attraction?
Ina.
You remember the secret, the law of attraction? Very famous one time. Don't know whether you know or not. You young are you? See, Nalin, you know?
It's more like you have similarity with the other person, right? That attracts you with the other person, right? Something like that.
Okay, for example, now,
Some similarities.
I want $1 million. I want $1 million. The law of attraction says that I just think of the $1 million. This is the idealist part of it, okay? So some people actually believe by just attracting it, just use the mind, attract only, oh, the 1 million come already. But the real thing to the law of attraction is you recondition the mind that you want the 1 million, and you are, when you move the mind, you move the body to actualize the 1 million. You have to go out and work. You have to go out and work and get that 1 million. So Karl Marx says that the true what you call this human
Nalin, Sister Jo, she got kicked out. Daninda is not in.
How did he kicked out? What do I do now?
Don't know how. Maybe he have to sign in again. Don't know, he got kicked out. It's not there.
Or is it in the chat?
There he's signing in again.
Okay, then how you can see? How come I cannot see?
Sharing on there.
Yeah. Hey, Danida, what happened?
He went to see law of attraction, he went disappearing.
He actually... Are you with us already, Danida?
Is he? Malay.
Yo, 4:30 already, mama, I need halfway, ni no. I cannot finish lah, mama. But so far, you all got the idea?
Yeah, got.
Just write these few points, and then if let's say you want to, if let's say the question say in contrast or versus Buddhism, what it is, the answer is down there. Ayu, I don't know where is Danida lah. Okay, never mind, I continue first lah. You all can watch the video later. So what did he say? He said that the transformation of human beings is actually through actual work. You sweat means through actual activity, not just imposing the thoughts only, not through imposing thoughts only. So he says that two, you need the thought and also you need the work, but the real work come from real labor. Human beings can satisfy their material needs through actual work, who are essentially productive beings. Essentially productive beings, which corresponds to the development of human productive forces. Material life determines or at least conditions the social life. Do you agree with this? Material life determines or at least conditions the social life. What he's pointing out is what you need is what you will be determined as. He did not reject the capitalists. He encouraged you to work, earn the money, right? And become the capitalist. But you cannot be a cruel one. You cannot exploit human. That's it. That's all I mean. So this historical version paved the foundation for later development on theory of history. It means other theories, Engels go and extend his work other people extend work. Then when become adulterated and also plus greed, the thing just blow up Okay. Okay. From the economics point of view, industry is the actual relationship between man and nature. This is quite sad, right? Because he's heavily on materialism. Economics, industry is the nature of man. But anyway, later development suggests communism is the future revolution of the people when their pride and awareness heightens, which comes from the understanding of satisfaction and dissatisfaction gained from being materialistic. How did modern society as of today give solutions to combat alienation as mentioned above? I mean, as workers' law, we have human rights law, labor rights law. I am not going to go through, oh, I don't want this, oh dear. I'm supposed to remove this. I did not elaborate on this. Okay, too much. Primary thesis, delete. When I change here, I'm opening from my folder in our email, the Google Drive. When I change here, it will naturally change, right?
Yeah, it saves straight away.
Oh, thank goodness. So, okay, we already discussed this. Social ill, the root cause is greed, okay? Then, and how does materialism create satisfaction and dissatisfaction? Is based on sensual pleasure. Then you can just say in the Four Noble Truths, the cause of suffering is actually what you call this is craving. They can elaborate that the three cravings. So if for us is when we understand the nature of craving and what you call this, eliminating it will lead us to human emancipation. So we transcend above materialism. What did the Buddha teach on basic material needs? We already discussed: shelter, food, clothing, medicine. No difference, lay or what? No difference. The bhikkhu and the lay people, both also human being. Okay. Alienation. Why do we need isolation sometimes? Why? An island to oneself, what does it mean? Go through this sutta, okay? Anganya Sutta talk about the evolution as land ownership. Sigalawada Sutta acquiring wealth, how you can acquire roles of employer-employee, wealth distribution, poverty is here. Kuttadanta Sutta, how the state ruler as the employer, how they treat people with what you call how Buddha explain to these people how people can live more peacefully by respecting each other due to their a job role, yeah, due to their even the king. So what, you're the king, king should be wise. How? Help the people, so that we can demolish poverty and what do you call this, uplift the society. Okay, the next is Mahavamsa. And also this one of the chapter in Mahavamsa states that Duta Gamani, he provided, when he built the Mahatupa, that time he provided 4 canteens, at the 4 gates, giving people food, means taking care of the people who are giving out the energy of hard labor. In return, I give you an exchange of energy, food. Means all this is to counter dehumanization, okay, counter. And then he also emphasized on equality, the forecast, the job description, and one is noble by deed and not by the status nor by his wealth. Madhura Sutta, equality from different castes, you're born by your mother, not by God. Okay, more on Buddhism and caste system, you read on yourself, okay? Cult materialism, you watch this video, very applicable to our society now. Because how, okay, I just give you, there was one thing they point out, okay? Because we live in a system, right? So now I'm the capitalist. I want you to buy my product. Let's say my product is Milo, okay, Milo. So I do an advertisement. The advertisement states that Milo is a healthy drink. So I condition your mind to think that Milo is healthy. So you go and buy Milo and you drink Milo. So you are making me richer and you are de-riching yourself. How? By, what do you call this? Your health is no good. You have to spend a lot of money. Okay? So what happens is this cult materialism continue to make you deluded and get trapped in the system. Okay, watch the video, very applicable. Influencers, especially on social media. So at the end of the video, what does it say? It says that there's a lot of things that we don't need. It's all about what we have discussed just now. It's a lot of things that we really don't need. If it's a car, it's just a transport. You don't have to have this, that. And it also points out to you to come back to the nature, means forest lah, respect the world lah, recycle your items lah, understand, how we pollute the world and this and that. So next is spiritual materialism. I did some answers for one of the questions. You can see in the folder, also I put in spiritual materialism, how we can, what do you call this? Treat each other with respect with our 4 Brahma Viharas. How we respect the nature, like, when you collect the honey, you don't even destroy the beehive. Yeah, you see the flower, you appreciate the flower, you don't pluck the flower. Things like this, you can put in. Cause of suffering, the end of suffering, ignoble path, nothing lasts, not even happiness, As I say, materialism leads to happiness, but happiness does not last, not even sadness, nothing lasts. So you can explain, for our practice, we can have a 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 7th precept. And the main intention for practicing is to is to recondition the deluded mind what basic material needs are. Can? So you can base it on one, eat to live and not live to eat. The purpose of right is to clear one's path from delusion, promotes in sharing gain towards one another, donating money for the needy, like example, hungry, sick, to cultivate, blah, 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 blah. These are one of the ways. For more suttas on whatnot, you go to spiritual materialism. Can? Okay, there's quite a lot that we covered. So what we did was we did dialectical materialism, means we didn't just talk on Karl Marx. We talked about cult materialism and also spiritual materialism. Any question? No more already lah. Danida, any question?
No, Auntie.
Okay, then I hope I'm able to upload the video. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Auntie.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
dear sister.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
brother. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.